But here we go, we've got another big heat to come now to decide another quarter-finalist. One of these ladies will be taking on Carissa Moore in quarter-final number 3, Bianca Buitendag. She is the full-timer who's had a couple of big finishes on the championship tour. She's up against Bronte Macaulay, who continues to put up solid finishes. I'll tell you who's got to be absolutely stinging at the moment is Malia Manuel. That's a tough way to leave the Australian leg. Malia had been surfing really well, but here's a replay of Bianca's first ride during the break.
I love Bianca's wave selection. She always chooses waves wisely. Never see her waste time on a wave that looks like it's not going to have scoring potential. So a decent start there for Bianca.
5.67 for the South African. Great matchup for Buitendag. She's up against a fellow goofy footer here.
A few opportunities and it was back and forth, but no, I'm stoked to put a heat together like that and kind of come back at the end and get the score I needed. Yeah, no, I'm stoked. I haven't been in the quarters in a long time, so.
Yeah, since Fiji. So again, coming up against Courtney though, and the record against Courtney a little bit needs some work against her. So what's it going to take to beat her today?
I mean, yeah, that hit against Malia's been ripping and Courtney's been ripping. Like, I'm so inspired by how all the girls are surfing at the moment, and yeah, I obviously, like, this isn't like my type of wave, I feel like, so for me to get a result here is awesome. I'm more like a beachy, like Brazil, Manly sort of thing, but
it's Fiji. Get ahead of her because she'll still want to be moving through the rounds here. She has to make up quite a bit of ground on some of the other competitors who are off to a great consistent start in 2016. A couple of them out in the lineup now.
For Laura, you know, she would have been really proud of the fact that she fought back because Malia had control of that heat for the majority of the time. So it always feels nice when you get back in there and grab that win. But holy moly, how's the buckets right there, Ronnie? And again, if she's going to get the win over Bronte, that's a huge advantage for her. She's strong. She's got perfect timing. We always talk about her timing. That was one of the better waves we've seen from her in a while.
Well, let's see what Bronte can do with her ride.
A lot quicker off the bottom there, but that was a tricky wave to navigate. A bit of a closeout on the reef there, so not a score for Bronte. Huge advantage for Bianca.
Well, a little bit of that point break approach.
She can settle into that type of surfing she likes. When it's fast and runny, that's when it, you know, she gets in trouble.
Well, paddling into a good sized wave here with priority is Bronte, and she does take a deeper bottom turn, but runs out of speed off the top. Has more opportunity on the inside. You can see some of those deeper sections of reef make the wave a little hard to read at times. Ross, you pointed that out earlier.
Yeah, it really does. It creates these deep spots so the wave gets flat. Then the swell will roll up on a really shallow piece of reef and it stands up within a second. So you have to have really sharp reflexes. I love that really crisp, fast snap to finish there for Bronte, but she didn't quite ride out of it. And you're right, she did create a much better pivot and angle right here. The wave was behind her, so she tried to get up to the top, but that offshore wind, once again, it's so tough to fight that resistance. It will hang you up. That's kind of what happened. Now the wave ran out of steam. But watch the speed right here off this little snap. Zing. That was pretty cool. Right next to those sketchy rocks once again.
Well, Bronte's father, Dave, he finished in the number 3 position on the ratings twice in 89 and 93. He was still there.
This coast has got so much energy.
Well, putting all the energy into getting into this wave is Bianca. She wanted to use that priority well. And again, she's tapped into a pretty decent wall here. Last turn was solid, not finished with this one. Still bashing away, looking to get rid of a 5.67 to increase her lead and maybe put Bronte Macaulay into a combination, chasing a 2-wave total. We'll see if she's done that.
Yeah, I think, you know, the biggest thing here for Bronte is this heat has been controlled by Bianca. You know, for her now, she's just trying to get rid of that medium score and really tighten the screws. This wave, though, there's that problem we've been talking about where the wave is flat and then really punchy. Within 1 second, you can see Bianca just a little off timing there. And that's the cool thing about having this event for the last 31 years. There's a great history, and this place does bomb.
Well, chasing a big score now, Bronte, she gets caught behind. She's going to kick through. This is going to work right in Bianca's favour. With 5 minutes and 30 seconds to go, she's going to get that priority.
In all kinds of conditions, we talk about how she's so strong and good in the big stuff, but from Huntington Beach, she's good in the little beach breaks, and here we go.
Looking to better a 5.67 here, using priority on this wave. Bianca, she really wanted to turn that into something solid. And with set waves approaching, she's going to leave the door open for Bronte Macaulay here.
Ooh, and a set coming.
And this thing is already starting to cap. Bronte trying to get herself into position. She's way under the lip. It's a tricky takeoff and she can't stick it. Still 25 seconds and there might be a wave behind it. She's trying to get herself into position for this one. She will swing. There isn't a lot of wall. She's going to have to get very busy on this first section. A lot of foam on the face, and she knows that's not going to be the ride. She kicks out, and the hooter is going to sound, so a lost opportunity there.
Wow, that was frustrating for Bronte, but that set came in from a long ways out. Had she paddled way out to the horizon and kind of met it, maybe she could have got the score there, but again, needing a 9, she would have had to have at least 2 big moves on the outside.